Sisters of Charity of the Incarnate Word of San Antonio, St. Joseph's Orphanage, Sister Mary of Jesus Nuari, CCVI. Sister Mary of Jesus Nuari, CCVI, was part of the first community of sisters arriving in San Antonio in June 1869. In 1875, when a separate orphanage was established, Sister Mary of Jesus was part of the small community of sisters responsible for the orphans' care. Her independent personality gave her just the kind of courage and daring she needed to travel fearlessly through the wide open spaces of Texas. Sister Mary of Jesus, often accompanied by one of the young boys from the orphanage or by another sister, toured outlying towns begging for food and clothing. To protect herself from the varying changes of the Texas climate, she wore a rather odd but useful costume: a soldier's overcoat which reached her ankles, a pair of boots, and a large straw hat. She set out to travel the often dangerous roads of Texas on a wagon with a team of horses she had convinced Reverend Mother Pierre to let her purchase for her begging trips. The children and young sisters loved to travel with her because the trips were always full of some sort of excitement. A first-hand description of the experiences is told in the annals of the congregation by one of her traveling companions. "We sat upright in the wagon with rosary beads in hand, frightened at the howling of the coyotes, wolves, and panthers, and by noises of various kinds, either real or imaginary, that tended to excite fear. Sister Mary of Jesus alone was fearless, and would even laugh at our apprehensions. After tying the horses to the wagon, she would spread her blankets on the ground, then say her night prayers, take out her pistols, and placing one of them at each side of her for convenient distance, she would lie down and sleep as peacefully as if she were in her bed." The begging trips generally lasted 5 or 6 weeks, and she usually returned from these tours with a few stories, several $100s, plus plenty of eggs, butter, bacon, and potatoes for the orphans and hay for her horses. She became well known throughout various parts of the state, particularly at government posts and military installations, where she was treated kindly.